Hey there everybody, welcome back to another tech video with Highland Cycles. I am going to be rebuilding the shock on my 2025 WR250F. And yes, you got take it about this far apart to get it out. You don't have to take the wheel off, but you do have to do all this other stuff and then slide it out the top. It actually comes out the top really easily, which is nice. And you don't have to do the exhaust, which is nice. But you do have to do the tank, which is kind of a pain. And anyway, whatever, it's out. There it is. It's super dirty because I've been riding a whole bunch because of my Fit at 50 series and training for the National Enduro. I've been hammering down. So the bike is dirty. The bike is used. It's got about 70, 75 hours, something like that on it. So it is time to do this. The shock probably has about 50 to 60 hours on it because I did ride the bike stock for a little bit before I revalved the suspension. So yeah. Anyway, let's take this thing apart and show you how it's done. All right, to start, guys, you get the shock out. How are you gonna do it? This is any KYB shock. This is a 50 millimeter shock because it's off of a 4-stroke Yamaha, but this works exactly the same for, I don't know, a ton of KYB shocks. I'm not sure exactly all of them, but anyway, we're going to, actually, I'm gonna go clean this off real fast. I'll be right back. Just a quick in the parts washer. All right, guys, got her all cleaned up. It's not very clean, but it's clean enough to work on now. We're gonna get it super clean when we get into there. So first things first, guys, especially in this situation, because I don't want to fiddle with this shock when I get done with it, because I'm going racing this next weekend to a National Enduro, my first National Enduro, my first race in the 50A class, all kinds of really fun things happening, and I don't want to have to screw with this shock. And I know that right now I have it set just like I like it. It's really, really, really good right now. And so I know the preload I've got on it is right where I want it. The sag's right. Wait, the bike's working perfect. If you haven't checked out the Fit at 50 challenge videos, Fit at 50, whatever. Anyway, look at that playlist, Fit at 50. You'll see I've been playing with the preload on the shock a little bit recently, and I've got it working really good. So I'm going to measure this height, and I'm gonna get it. There we go, spring to spring. So it's exactly 26 centimeters, so 260 millimeters. So I'm gonna write that down on my little board over here. Happy with that. Now we're gonna loosen up the lock ring. All right, should be loose enough now. I can get it with a wrench, maybe. There we go. All right, finally got that down. We're gonna get this cleaned up really good before we put it back on. Yeah, gotta do some serious cleaning. These threads were super gunked up. Just life, you know, just the way it is. Now, guys, if you're new to this whole thing, you gotta find these little spots here and here, and we're gonna take a hammer and a drift, and we're just gonna knock this up. You wanna be kind of careful not to mar it up too bad, but you're not gonna be, it won't be perfect when you're done, but and honestly, I don't even know what the official tool, if there is one that goes there, but yeah, whatever. I just do that. Now that that's loose, we're gonna need to push this seal head down, but we can't do that until we let the nitrogen out of here. And this is a needle style, so we just take a needle with no valve core in it. This goes on to our pump later, but go like that. And we let the nitrogen out. While that's happening, gonna get one of our Ultrasorbs from our good friend Brian Lynn. This on the ground, because it's gonna get messy. I've yet to figure out a way to do it without making any mess. Sometimes I do a better job, but never no mess. Drain pan. We take our handy dandy Tusk seal head thing, and honestly, this is the nicest one I've ever used because it works Either direction, you can put up or down depending on the size. So you can, you know, that way or that way. On these bigger shocks, the big side down, and then we just push down. And see, when it doesn't want to try to come back up, that's good sign that you don't have a bunch of nitrogen in the oil. If you let these things go too long, you will end up with nitrogen in the oil because of the fact that nitrogen or air or any small molecule like that will go through a rubber bladder eventually. But it's always good to catch it, you know, to do this before that's happened. And that is one of the things about the piston style. I will give the piston style that. It does seem to be less prone to that, but if you service your suspension when you're supposed to, it's not a problem. Clean out down in there. The circlips not wanting to come out. Alright, so a circlip comes out, and if you need to set things in different places, do it. Like if you'd like to keep it in track. Now I've had enough of these apart. I know what size things are. It's not too big a deal for me, but I do like to take the circlips, kind of set them over here. Now we just pull up and out, and hopefully, there we go. Oh, there we go. So there is some nitrogen in there. I probably waited a little long, if I'm honest. 60 is a lot, but this thing was working perfectly. So that's the thing that people need to understand, is like, this thing was working so well even with that nitrogen in the oil. It's, I mean, obviously it's going to be better now, but it was working really, really well. So don't freak out about things on your bike. Like, you'd be amazed at what you do and don't notice and all that. So the biggest thing you want to do now, though, is you want to look down in the shock body, make sure there's no discoloration, there's nothing showing any kind of wear. There's not, which is good. Now, if I had, like, probably the next time I work on this shock, I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna take the compression adjuster apart, I'm gonna take everything apart, and clean all the shims and everything. Like, really get this thing clean. But at 60 hours, it should be totally fine as far as cleanliness. The oil looks really good. It was foamy, but it looks like, here, I'll show you. You can see right through it, so that's good. That actually makes me really happy that it's not super dirty. It means that the piston band's not wearing off and all that stuff, so we're good. Now, set this out of the way. I'll do a little more clean on that here in a bit. But now I'm gonna chalk the shock shaft up. 17mm wrench. We're just gonna loosen this up. There is thread locker on there, but I knew that it wasn't gonna be too bad. I don't use the super high strength stuff on here. All right, now here's where you gotta be careful. If you're just servicing, the nut can go there. Then I like to take long, this is an old spoon pick thing that I broke, long, put it right down in here, right here, and then we're just gonna lift the whole shim stack up and off. Now see, it's nice and happy. What I'm actually gonna do is, while it's up here like this, it can't come off. I will kind of blow this out. Now those are super clean. Set down out of the way. Now we go to replacing our seal and bushing. Also cleaning this. Take some Scotch-Brite. Put a little crosshatch back in that shaft. everything's nice and clean. Now let's take this apart. So we'll take our other, I call them spoon picks. You can see it's got a little spoony guy. So we're gonna come in here and get in there, take our bumper out, take our, I don't know, seal retainer, whatever you call that thing, clean it, take our seal out. Make sure, guys, this washer, that goes back in. We're not done with it yet, though. Now I'm gonna go get another seal from over in our kit, get another bushing, and I'm gonna check, make sure. I think I've got another dirt scraper. If not, I'm gonna leave this on there, or be careful taking it off. So I'll be right back. All right, guys, all new parts. Make sure that fits. It does. Okay, great. Now we got a new bushing, got a new dirt scraper. So now what we're gonna do is take this dirt scraper off, and honestly, I do not know of a better way of doing this. I just tight or kind of gently get it in here, so not super tight on there. And then we're gonna take a big flat blade, and let's see if I can get you over here. We're just gonna come in here, kind of go like that, and then we'll move it. There we go. Boom. Take our Race Tech set of bushing pushers and removers. Take the 16 out. That's going to go in like that. New bushing. Other side of the driver. Just like that, guys. These are key, because honestly, getting this out, it sucks. You can do it, I've done it, but don't just buy this kit. And you can buy singles, 16 or 18 or whatever you need. All right, now, new dirt scraper. I've found that a 22mm socket works really good for this size. It's all lined up nice and square, and we're just gonna push it on. There we go. Now we just go back together. Very simple. New seal. Make sure it's nice and clean. Bumper. There we go. All right, we take our Tusk seal bullet. Boom. This guy goes first. Then this guy. Then again, not absolutely necessary, but really nice. Again, if you guys don't know, I am sponsored by Rocky Mountain ATV MC. They are an amazing company, and if you already shop there, please, please, please consider using the link that's in the description of this video. It does help us out a ton. It doesn't change anything on your side, but we get a little bit of cut of everything. You get all your Rocky Mountain cash, all your free shipping, all that good stuff. It just helps us out. But shop local first if you can. If that doesn't make sense, or you need something from Rocky Mountain, please use the link. It does, again, like I said, huge, huge difference to me. So, all right, now we're going back together. Take our stack. Clean the threads here. Threads here. Get them really nice and dry. Then we use our Worth thread locker, or the new The newest stuck nuts is also good for suspension stuff. It wasn't, the original stuff wasn't, honestly. It would actually come loose in suspension fluid, but not the new stuff. They did a great job. They've made it work. It's awesome now. So I just have a ton of this worth stuff, honestly, hanging out. So I gotta use it. Bought a lot of it a long time ago, but I will not use Loctite. You can do the research on that yourself, but one of the members of the family that owns Loctite is doing his dead level best to close down riding in the Rico area. So I won't support them. To be honest, the guy that's doing the mean guy, the jerk, honestly has nothing to do with the running of Loctite, but he's a family member, it's principle, I won't do it. So now I'm gonna count my clicks here because I'm gonna open this all the way up. I think I'm probably, I don't know. So I'm 12 out from all the way in. I'm gonna write that on my whiteboard in a second. So now I've got to count all my clicks on my triple adjuster here. Just to show you guys, there's my little setup. Shock spring 260 millimeters, shock rebound 12, high speed compression 15, low speed 14, and tension 12. So that's where we're at. We're gonna back them all out. I'm gonna put this thing together. All right. Go to about there for now. This is not the final amount, so now we're just gonna slowly but surely insert this dude nice and easy so that we don't when you get it right, you'll see how that moves nice and smooth and lets lots of fluid come by. That's what we're looking for.
Phoenix area over there.
Oh, right.
They're good riders. I sucked that man with a first day back and got arm pumping in the first 10 seconds and
yeah. Yeah. All right, guys, we're gonna loosen this up. Take the compression adjuster out, and we're gonna bleed with the bleed cup. I guess kinda. I mean, watch out. I now know strokes.
yeah.
I mean, it's faster. Fast? Dude, it's hard to beat that thing because it's easier.
It's like, can't believe, and just because my 300 is
Brilliant, brilliant. So, it's as good as any 350.
I don't know why they...
Yeah, they didn't execute on that as well as they could have. It's an antique business.
Good.
Nice.
Good. Never good silver.
Sweet. That's awesome. Mike Johnson. I can get you his name if you need. Or number, I mean. I just gave you his name. Yeah, by a lot, but a couple $1,000 is pretty fucking sweet. A couple thousand under. So, I mean, the whole thing cost us a company that he bought the building package from.
Yeah.
And,
Digger's hotline was out there this morning, so you can start ripping up the ground, but
right.
and they cranked it up pretty fast. It's a nice looking building.
Yeah, he Do it.
One of the last races.
I'm like actual dual sport better than my 650. All right, set that back to 260 millimeters, guys. We're ready to rock and roll. Set our clickers back and drop it back in. But there you go. That's how you service the KYB shock. Super simple, easy. Just a couple tools that you need, and then obviously you got to be able to put nitrogen in it. You saw me do that over there with the needle and a nitrogen thing. Here, if you're in this area, I'll put nitrogen in your shock for free. Just bring it by. We'll, you know, do what we got to do. So there we go. I'm gonna take this apart. I'm gonna film it for this video, but it'll be in the daily vlog video of me taking the suspension apart, the linkage and all that, greasing that, getting this back in, and then moving to the front.